Hello, beautiful people on the internet. It's me, Gratified What Ifs, and I'm here to tell you what if Deku had Luke Cage's powers part 11. And sorry for not posting yesterday. I was a little bit tired. In fact, I'm pretty much tired now. But before we jump into the video, do me all a favor. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and comment down below any what if ideas that you have for me. So, we get into the video. Last time I left off, I left you all on a cliffhanger. Bakugo had his arm broken and Muscular had gone back up. Izuku and Todoroki are fighting Moonfish, and everyone else was fighting everyone else. So Mandalay and Pixie Bob still fights. That Magnet dude and Splinter, yeah, everyone still fights everyone else. So, let's cut to Izuku and Todoroki. A few minutes before the attack, Todoroki and Izuku are talking. And they were like, so, why were you being so broody? What do you mean broody? I'm never broody. I'm unlike you. Todoroki just looks at him saying, I meant a few weeks before final exams. You were pretty happy after the internship, but then after that, you didn't just decide to talk to anyone. What was that all about? Izuku just looks at him saying, mind your own business. You'll live longer that way. And Todoroki gave up trying to talk to this guy because he has too many secrets and it's obvious that he's not going to get any out of him. They continue to walk deeper and deeper and deeper into the forest until they spot a figure inside of it. They look at each other and wonder if this is the challenge. Izuku calls out to the figure saying, hey, are you okay, good sir? But then Moonfish walks out of the shadows saying, kill, 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 kill. Izuku's like, what? And Moonfish shot out a blade trying to go for Izuku's head, but it just breaks, shatters even. He tells Todoroki to get behind him now, and he does this because he knows very well that Izuku can take the hit and that thing could probably break through his eyes. Moonfish starts throwing relentless blades at, Izuku, but they just keep on breaking. Then he sent out more blades to go around and try and attack Todoroki, but Todoroki had set up an ice wall there and he went to go cover them. And he was like, we gotta figure out something to do now. Izuku, thinking like that of a supercomputer, said, I'll distract him while you get behind and then try and attack him with your fire or something. I'll cover you, okay? The ice begins to break around them, saying, not like I got much of a choice, do I? So Izuku breaks through the breaks through the ice and then says, hey, big giant lump of shit, you want somebody? Come and get me! Moonfish just heavily complies with this because, he's not thinking straight and then goes on to attack him. And they start to be like, holy... And Todoroki is like, holy shit, that's a lot of blades. But then he gets behind Moonfish luckily and attacks him with his fire. It does start to burn Moonfish and then he starts to duck and roll, but he quickly gets back up and then starts shooting out more and more blades. Now we cut to Bakugo and Kota and Muscular. Bakugo is thinking in his head, what am I going to do now? I broke my arm. My other arm couldn't handle any more explosions even if it tried. And this guy is just taking more of my hits as one for all. If this next attack doesn't work, I'm screwed. Then he looks at Koda, who is just crying, and he said, it was a good life. In his head, not outside. Koda, when I give you the signal, run. Go get help. Koda is like, but. Bakugo screams at the little kid saying, damn it, Just run! He begins to run, but Muscular tries to cut him off, but Bakugo got in front of him with an explosion and then tried to do another one fall smash with his already broken arm. And Muscular is overpowering this arm. And he's like, well, it was still good life. At least going out knowing that I've saved someone is all I need to know. Sorry, Izuku. Guess you'll have to be number one without me. Okuda shot a water spout at, well, I don't know what to call it, but it was like water gun but big. So I'm just going to call it water spouts at Muscular. Muscular is like, what the? But Bakugo saw this and said, what? That's my chance. And he goes up and then starts charging up one fall to 1,000,000% and then smashes Muscular. But his arm, oh god, his arm. You know how Izuku's arm was red that time? Now his arm is just purple and bleeding like shit. Koda is like, thank you for saving me. Bakugo just looks at him saying, hey, no problem. After all, it wasn't for you, I might have actually died. But your arm, don't worry about my arm. This is only the second time I've broken it. I quickly get on my back. You don't have much time. And then they begin to jump off, and with the one good arm that Bakugo has left, he doesn't use it for his explosion, so he uses his legs to be jumping from place to place. Then they come across Shoji, and then he's like, Shoji, what's going on? Why do you have a hand missing? Shoji begins to explain that Tokoyami is out of control, and Tokoyami comes busting into the door with that giant ass big dark shadow, and he was like, holy shit. We need to find Todoroki. What? But your explosions are nearly gone. I need to save up what kind of strength I have left. I heard that some people are after me and Izuku, and we need to find them fast. You're right. So now we have to lead Tokoyami to wherever they are, and then we'll pray that Todoroki's fire is hot enough. Okay. So they do this plan, and then eventually they see that Todoroki is about to become Skish Kebab until Moonfish is attacked by Dark Shadow. Izuku and Todoroki are looking at this saying, what the hell? But Bakugo came in front of them saying, hey guys, don't worry about this now, but this is Tokoyami. And then they were like, what? Todoroki, we need your fire. They say, you know how Dark Shadow's weakness is light? If we're able to expose him to enough light, we might be able to save Tokoyami from Dark Shadow. But what about, then he looks at Bakugo's arm and he's like, what happened to you? Don't worry about it. We need to save Tokoyami now before he causes even more damage. You're right. Izuku is just looking at his stepbrother's hand and he's feeling a bit sad, saying, sorry I wasn't there for you. Bakugo just looks at him saying, with a smug, hey, don't worry about it. Besides, I was able to drop off Koda with Mandalay. They were able to handle some 2 other villains, and they eventually sent out a signal saying that we can use our quirks in public, so we don't have to worry about getting arrested. But seriously, dude, we need to get all the kids that we can and then head them to the facility. You're right. Now they're saying this, Todoroki is unleashing a giant amount of fire. Eventually, it was able to put out Dark Shadow, but nearly burned Tokoyami alive. Tokoyami is just lying there on the floor, saying, with tears in his eyes, thank you. Don't mention it. Now come on, we gotta go. you're right. So they begin to walk and walk and walk until they meet Ochako and Froppy begin to explain, but then they realize that Izuku is gone. What? But he's just with... Huh? Dear, oh dear. Looks like you were injured in your fights. Bakugo, you're lucky that Shoji person is carrying you, because if I try to compress you now, both of you will be taken. And I really just want you instead. I don't care about that multi-arm person. They look up and then Ochako was like, who are you? And Bakugo is like, what did you do to my brother? Oh, nothing. He's just enjoying his time in this little marble of mine. You see, I do. He puts the marble to his hands and then he disappears as he opens his palm. Magic! You bastard! And then they begin to chase Compress through the forest. And they're like, nah, fam, we gotta take this guy out now. If we manage to let him escape, they'll go out to Izuku. And Bakugo begins to formulate a plan just like Izuku did in canon to save Bakugo. Ochako creates the cast, but since that he only broke one arm, he only did it for one arm. They got him down, but then, bam, they just hit him in the head. What was it that they hit in the head? I think it was Splinter or something. Anyway, they hit that nigga in the head, and Compress is like, I think we gotta go now, Darby. Yeah. He sets up a firewall, hoping that will stop him, but then Bakugo jumped through the fire with his explosions and full cowling, and then said, you bastards! He punches Compress in the face and then grabs the marble, but it's rock. He turns around to see that Darby is already through the portal with Izuku between his fingers. Because he knows that if he lets Izuku out now to torture Bakugo, he will lose. He walks out through the portal and Bakugo just screams to the heavens saying, no! A week passed and everyone that was injured or knocked out still gets put in there, and Bakugo is there. And he's like, I failed. I failed. Everyone in class 1A comes in to see how their classmate is doing, and they're just hearing that Bakugo is repeating the same words. I failed. I'm sorry, Izuku. I failed. Class 1A just tries to reassure him, saying that, hey, you didn't fail. You managed to save Koda, Tokoyami, and Todoroki. If not for you, some of them would have died or much worse. But I couldn't save Izuku, goddammit! Everyone just sees streams of tears coming through his face. I couldn't save my best friend. But then news comes in and then, they tell Bakugo that he has to be more careful next time. Your explosions left your hands pretty damaged, and your enhancements left that arm, he points at his right arm, which is still in a major cast, in damage beyond repair. If you use your quirks too much like that again, especially if you use your quirks like that after your bones are broken with the enhancement on top, you might never be able to use your arms again. And this shocks Bakugo out of his I failed program. He's like, what? You heard me, good sir. If you use too much explosions to where your arms is gonna break and then use your enhancements, you're going to never ever be able to use your arms again. So I suggest that you only use one type of quirk at a time, not just combos. Got it, good sir? Bakugo just looks at the ground saying, I got it. And he walks out. Everyone just looks at Bakugo, who is, in his own mindscape. They don't know what he's thinking about. He just lost his brother, and he now is being told that if he uses too much of his power again, he will just, well, never be able to use his arms. Obaku just looks at all of them with determination, saying that he's going to get his brother back. Later on, back in the League of Villains hideout, the bar, we see Izuku being chained up by multiple chains. And they're like, we can't take any chances with this kid. If we do, you just break out those bonds and then God knows what else. Izuku wakes up saying, huh? Where am I? All for One is in the shadows and he's like, Izuku Midori, my first pet project. How are you? Izuku just stops dead in his tracks and he looks to his right, or at least tries to from his chained area. And with fear in his eyes, he's like, you're... yes, you still remember me. I am All for One. No. No. Not again. Not again. And I am going to have so much fun breaking you down into digestible bites and taking away the power that makes you invincible. Honestly, when I did it to you, I was planning on making you a normal. But apparently, I just thought that it was shock absorption. I had no idea you had complete invulnerability. Now, with the time I have, I'm going to break you down. He looks at the league and it says, what happened to Katsuki Bakugo? They just look at him saying that, well, sorry, sir, we couldn't really get him. He was too populated at the time. We were only able to get Izuku. No matter. By the time I'm done with him, we'll be unstoppable. And we will finally crush this hero society under our heel. And this is where I'm going to leave it off, guys. I hope that you enjoyed what a Deku had. Luke Cage's Powers Part 11. And I'll see you all next time. But please do me a favor. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that notification bell. And good night. Or at least where I am anyway.